Thanks for joining us today. We've got two-time World Cup gold medalist, two-time Olympic gold medalist, Angel McCoughtry, who was advanced to the 2009 Final Four with Louisville, and since 2007 with USA Basketball is 58-1. Our first question today will go to Kyle Andrews from Baltimore.
Oh, from Baltimore?
Mm-hmm. Kyle, will you unmute yourself?
Yes, sorry about that.
Right.
Hey, Angel, how's it going? First thing, hey, how are you? I'm doing well. So I wanted to ask you, specifically about being from Baltimore and then, being able to take your talents all the way to the point that you are now. I mean, it's a bunch of girls that are coming from St. Francis, just like you did, and then coming from, Baltimore as a whole for basketball. What do you have to say about just the talent that comes out of the city of Baltimore for the sport?
Yeah, I would have to say, Baltimore has always, I'm sorry, I didn't say it right, Baltimore always has a lot of talent on the men and women's side. It's a DMV area, we're not far from DC, not far from Philly, we're not far from Virginia. Just that whole combined area just has so much talent. And I was watching, Maryland play the other day, and they got some great talent from our area. So it's really exciting to see what's coming out. I see in the future more Olympians from Maryland in the near future.
Yeah, I did. I was coughing and I didn't want to. Sorry. Next up, we've got Christina with Girls Talk Sports.
Hey, Angel. It's Christina Williams with Girls Talk Sports TV.
All right.
How are you doing today?
Good. I see you guys on Instagram all the time.
Thank you for the love. This week, you had a major announcement in being named one of the investors for Players TV. A few days ago, Draymond Green came out and did a little Twitter rant about the gender pay gap in men's and women's basketball, but also he talked about the lack of storytelling in women's basketball. As a new investor in Players TV and a head of culture, how are you going to shift that narrative?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why, I got a part. I was interested in investing in Players TV and being a part of that to bring more women's content. But Draymond, have you done your research? Have you asked us questions? Don't you think we've tried to, do that kind of stuff? No, he hasn't done his research. That's my only thing with Draymond. And with us, we want to get our stories out. I've created a TV show about these kind of issues. It's a dramatic comedy. It's called Fair Game. I've gone to Spring Hill Entertainment. I've gone to Sony where Steph Curry people are. We got turned down. Oh, we don't want to show about WNBA. We're trying to get our story out. So Draymond, do your research before you tell us we need to do this and we need to do that. We've been doing it for years. Now is the time you're taking notice. So I think Draymond needs to definitely talk more to the women before just thinking he had a right idea. But as far as Players TV is concerned, that's one of the reasons why I joined. And it's a lot of these platforms. You just see the stories about the guys. We hear their stories all the time. Who knows what we're going through? Who knows, how do you raise a child and play the WNBA? The child is coming to practice. The child is going overseas. These stories haven't been told. So we're at a point now where we want to get it out. And my TV show that I've created, I'm not going to stop talking networks until somebody picks it up. So it'll get there.
Thank you.
And next we have Sam Gordon. Please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hey, Angel. Sam Gordon here with the Las Vegas Review Journal. Wanted to ask you, obviously a lot has changed, not only in America in the last year, but in the world in the last year. With that in mind, does being part of USA Basketball, wearing Team USA colors carry a different meaning or a different significance this time around as opposed to how it felt in the past?
They each have significance. There's not going to be, I'm not going to say that, one has more significance than the other. They're all significant. They're all beautiful in their own way. They're all amazing. And they're all important. The only thing that's different is just where are we going this time? And this time we're going to Tokyo. So, I want to take every experience like it's my last. Like it's just going to be amazing. I think Kobe taught us that we're not going to take for granted anything, any opportunity, not going to complain, just want to enjoy every moment is significant.
And Kaylee Connors?
Hi, thank you for your time today. My question is just kind of like with all the disparities coming out between the men's and the women's NCAA tournament, what your experience was like when you were in college at the tournament, and now how you feel about these players using their voice in this conversation really getting rolling in the past month.
Yeah, I think that was, I would say that the NCAA should be ashamed of themselves for that. I think that it's not a men versus women's thing. It's an athletes versus NCAA thing. It's all athletes are created equal. That's how I feel. I don't care if you're playing rugby, soccer, basketball, football. All athletes are created equal, especially if they're playing at high universities. It was crazy because you had, of course, the internet trolls talking about, well, that's what the women deserve. They don't get the revenue. They don't get the, what are you talking about? You think UConn doesn't get the revenue? You think Louisville or Notre Dame, they don't get the revenue? Yeah, they get tons of revenue, and people watch those games. It has nothing to do with that. You treat the athletes equal. There's no way, and then we're hearing about testing that the women will get something about a lesser test or something. What, really, NCAA? There needs to be tons of change. So they're changing a little bit of stuff. Like I heard now you can transfer without sitting out and all that kind of stuff, but there needs to be a lot more serious changes that needs to happen with this thing. Because people are getting, just like social injustice, we're kind of getting tired of the way this NCAA has been going. So there may be some changes coming in the near future.
Thank you. We're going to go back now to Kyle with the Baltimore Sun.
So Angel, also just, I guess, going off of the social justice, how important is it for you, being a Black woman and being a player that plays in this league, for people to finally be able to recognize the amount of work that Black women have done to promote, some of the social injustices and try to understand that these things need to be changed for the better?
Yeah, it has to be changed for the better because we're all Americans. It's just that simple. We're all one country, and it just shouldn't be classified as, oh, well, how is it for Black women? It's just, can we get just past that part at this point where it's just, we're all American. I'm playing on the USA team. I'm representing my country to play. I've won 2 gold medals for the country as well as these other girls. To me, when we talk about social injustice and stereotypes and racism, things like that, to me, it just comes to a lack of education. I don't want to live in a world where everybody's the same. I'll be so bored. I want everybody to be different shades and different colors. I want everybody to have their own gifts and successes in their own religions. What an amazing world, So I just want to get to the point where our country, where we're just all American and we all can do amazing things, and there's enough room for everybody to succeed and just have amazing gifts. And that's where we need to get to.
And next we have Hannah. Hannah, I'm going to butcher your last name, so I'm not even going to say it. Wiltiam?
No problem. You got it almost. It's Hannah with you with The Athletic. Thanks, Angel. On the topic of the NCAA tournament, the NCAA's mishandling of all this at the start of the tournament seemed to kind of steal the spotlight from the players and what was happening on the court. And since then, we've had just some incredible basketball, some really thrilling games, which has seemed to shift the attention where it should be. What's been your take on that from afar?
Oh man, I'm hurt right now. My Louisville girls lost last night. That Russell Wilson, he was cheering so good. He pumped it up. That Russell Wilson, man, Jesus. Because they're in the beginning we had momentum and Stanford, their crowd wasn't making a lot of noise, but that Russell Wilson, he got him pumped up. I was like, God dang it. And then they just went on a run and we could never recover. So it was a great game, proud of Stanford, but in general, amazing 4 teams. It's going to be really interesting to watch. So the momentum has definitely shifted where it needs to be to these strong athletic women that can bench press who knows what. So it's been exciting.
Thank you.
And we'll go back to Christina.
Hey, Angel, it's Christina Williams again from Girls Talk Sports TV. Just sticking with the tournament talk. Don, for the first time ever, 2 Black women head coaches will go into the Final Four, including USA head coach Dawn Staley. Can you just talk about the significance of this moment?
Yeah, it's great. Arizona, I think this is Arizona's first Final Four.
Yeah.
You know, I love stories like that because I was a part of that kind of story of being a first team in the Final Four. And then for to have 2, of course, Black women coaches, it's great. You know, who are former players, who've been there, done it themselves. I think we need more coaches like that who have been there, done it, understand, you know, both sides of the spectrum. I think it's amazing. I think we'll see more of that. But wow, so you know, what amazing, and congrats Arizona for that. I mean, I've really enjoyed watching them. So it's really exciting.